Hello, everybody. I'm Phil Brandt, President and CEO of AAIM Employers Association, and welcome to This Week at Work.
This Week at Work is the only show about the workplace that offers you front row seats and a microphone, featuring experts in human resources and employment law to bring you practical, timely, and accurate insights so you can more effectively lead your organization. Today, we welcome Employers Association Forum members to the show. And in turn, we introduce our existing audience to Rita Manny, longtime president of EAF. And if you haven't heard, AAIM and EAF have merged in an effort to continue to progress, grow, and ultimately serve members better. So we're dedicating the half hour to share our excitement and give a glimpse into the added expertise and solutions now at your fingertips. If you're a first-time viewer, it's important that you get involved. As always, we're accepting questions throughout the show. So now we step to the mic, but understand the mic is yours too on This Week at Work.
All right. What a wonderful Thursday morning, and welcome back to our program. I'm so excited to talk about the things we have going on at AAIM and our special guest and my friend Rita Manning. Good morning, Rita. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. I'm glad to be here, excited to have an opportunity to be on the program and welcome all of our members.
I'm so happy to have you on the program, and I just need to do a little introduction here and get everyone warmed up to what we're doing. So, normally we have our friend Bert Garland on the program. And today we've asked Bert to take the day off because we want to dedicate an entire half hour to our discussion with our members, and in particularly welcoming all of our members from Florida and the Central Florida community, centered out of Orlando is where our office is located. And we're happy to have you listening to the program. We invite you to join us every week on the program at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time, where we will normally have a program that involves a conversation with our friend Bert Garland from Ogletree Deacons. He gives us a legal update every week. And then we also have a little bit of fun. We have what we call Philbert's Forum, and Philbert's Forum is our attempt at having humor added to the program. And what's usually funny about it is that it's not funny at all. But that's our attempt. And then following that, we get into the highlight of our program where we have a special guest or a featured guest. We always have poll questions because we like to ask questions and be able to share those results, because we know benchmarking is a critical important of running your business, and particularly when there are hot topics to benchmark on. We will not be having Bert on the program. We will not be attempting to have any humor on the program with Philbert's Forum. We will have a poll question. So I do want to jump right into this week's poll question. So the poll question that we have is, what member services have been most valuable for you over your years? Whether you've been with AAIM or EAF, what are the most valuable services that you've used and leaned on us to help you with? We'd love to hear about that. You'll give several choices. And then we often like to have a word cloud question. And what is your biggest need in the short term? And we give you up to 2 words to select that. No sentences, please. If you got to add a sentence, please do so in the chat, and we'll be sure to capture those. So what is your biggest need in the near short term? All right, Rita. So you and I have some exciting things going on. We have merged our 2 long-standing historic organizations into one better together, stronger association for the benefit of our members. Before we get into that, Rita, just tell us a little bit about yourself and the journey that you've been on with the Employers Association Forum located in Orlando, Florida.
Thank you. Well, it started back in 1981. I joined EAF at the time. The organization had just formed. We had a leader in the community, Lou Whitney, who at the time sponsored a breakfast briefing. We had 28 members at the time, and our other founder, Marv Ault, a former employee and retiree from Procter & Gamble. And they brought me on in early 1981. And from there, I knew that I needed to surround myself with people smarter than myself. And so I hired Chris Cruz, and she started with me. So we both started decades ago, and then added Carol Malco and Tanya Algie. My lease service employee is 22 years. And so we embarked.
All right, let's say that again. Hold on. So your least youngest serving employee has 22 years. There's not many
years.
Not many employers that can say that. That is just fantastic. Bravo to you and EAF. But all right, tell us, who is Chris Cruz? So you just mentioned Chris as someone you brought on right away. I know your members, our members in Florida know Chris, but who is Chris and what does she do for the association there?
Well, she has been the glue, and starting from the beginning, where we had the exciting journey of working together to build our hotline. Chris heads up the hotline, serving our members, and creating content and developing and running our surveys, and you name it, she does it. And Chris and I like to joke. So I know you're running the math in your head. Just so you know, we started when we were 12 and 16.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't even think you were that old when you started. But that's just an amazing run of service for any person who can achieve that type of long-standing service. And I know by getting to know you and through our friendship and developing relationships with you and now Chris and Tanya and Carol, those are some really proud people. And just for a moment, just tell us about the dedication that your team, give us some examples of how dedicated your team is and has been to our members in Florida, because they live and breathe their jobs.
Well, we do, and they do. It's been a life journey when you look at that many years, and that type of dedication to our members. And it's been a privilege. It's been a blessing on all of our parts to be able to serve a dynamic group of employers and to be impactful in a positive way on the HR community. And so it's been our pleasure, but the team over the years, if you look at everything that our team has done and what we've been through, how many recessions, the Great Recession, a pandemic, and good times and hard times and challenging times, and they stayed right with it. Just the focus on serving our members, serving each other and the team, and you just don't find that dedication every day. I know that I was blessed to have this team.
Well, I think one, yes, you probably were blessed, but it also says something about your leadership, and it says something about the fulfillment of serving employers in the community. But it starts with your leadership. And I just want to kind of go back on that. So you've been in the position of leadership, in a leadership position or the leader at EAF for almost 40 years, as serving as the president for over 30 years, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's correct.
And in front of you at some point, even though you started when you were 12, you're deciding, hey, it's time to move forward with the next stage of life following your employment with EAF, and you had some decisions to make. So talk us through some of those decisions. Tell your members, particularly in Florida, what thought process you went through and how you got to making this decision, and ultimately why you elected to merge with AIM versus maybe another association, or electing a successor to take and follow on your service after you.
Well, that was another journey. It started with our strategic plan, really, Rita, and even 5 years ago when I announced to the board that I was going to retire when I turned 65, and that was later this year. And so we started always looking at positioning EAF for the future. And we looked at a lot of options. We looked at, like you said, replacing me or merging with an organization. And last year, we really started looking at our thought process, my board, myself, looking at, we wanted a better future. And we really honed in on the fact that to have that better future, that stronger future with better innovation, better technology, more efficient, expanded resources, we knew we were going to need to merge. And the best choice of that is with a sister association that would have the similar vision and mission and customer service centered. And so that's where we decided, yes, we'll look at a sister association, and we looked at several. And then we came upon our decision to reach out to you, Phil, and to really explore. I've been exploring various sister associations, websites, and services, and really one of the things that was so important to me was the investment, not only in the technology and innovation and HR tools, but in your people, in your customer service focus. And that really was where we started that serious process of let's go, through the vetting process. Let's really get to know each other, the leadership teams knowing each other, and going forward with this. And one of the things that you have on one of your mission statements, it says, we're going to delight our members with quality and value of services. And that really spoke to me, because we've always said, we didn't say delight, we said we want to wow. We want to wow our members, and we want to exceed their expectations. So when I looked at what AIM was already offering, was already invested and had already developed, and that investment for the future, it was an easy choice. It was really an easy choice. And then we can talk about all those wonderful things that wowed me, wowed my board, wowed my team members when we get a little further in the program.
Yeah, I think I will never say it's easy to wow, but the one thing I found in our discovery process is how aligned we were in the passion for our members. And it actually helped me with the tagline that we're going to use in our conferences coming up over the next several weeks throughout the month of August. Of course, we'll be at the Missouri SHRM conference. We're going to be at the Indianapolis SHRM conference. We got a Central Illinois SHRM conference. We now will be at our SHRM conference in Florida at the end of August, and we're looking really forward to meeting our Florida members for the first time. I am personally anyway. And with that, that helped us determine this, and I'm not even sure I've shared it with you, so I'm going to share it with you now. Our tag for this conference is just going to be membership. It's personal, right? I mean, it is personal to us, and people who some of our members just see us as a service organization. They don't always have the same insight or experience that other members who really get to know us on a personal level realize. This is a community service that we provide for the betterment of our communities. And our focus and our mission is really centered around serving our community. And we do that. Some organizations choose to do that by, saving animals or saving children or saving the trees. And what we're looking to work with is the employers and make employers stronger and better and more stable. And by doing that, by having stable employers in the communities that we serve, we're going to have much stronger, healthier, stable places to live and work and raise children and invest in our homes and have a better quality of life. If we don't have workplaces that we can depend on and rely on, we're going to see a deterioration of the community that we live in. And that's what drives us. And that's really the secret behind the passion of what we do as not-for-profit organizations and why we do it. And then the joy of that is working with individuals who need and want the help in ways that they're so appreciative that we're able to help them be more effective at running their business. And that fulfills me. I'm sure over 40 years, I've only been doing this for 10 years. I'm sure over 40 years, you got 4 times the fulfillment of that. But how are you going to walk away from all of that at the end of September?
Well, that's a good question, because as I've shared with you, there was so much excitement with the consolidation and all these great things and having all the new technology, and it's like, I'm really going to have a hard time with this. You know,
Are you sure we can't convince you to stay? Yeah, are you sure we can't convince you to stay?
No, I tell you, I enjoy a family, and I think I shared with you, I have a new grandbaby. My granddaughter keeps me running, and she keeps me young. She keeps me entertained. She's 18 months, and that's how I'm spending a lot of my spare time, and looking forward to more of it in my retirement. So I have that to look forward to help me ease out of this career mode.
Well, obviously, and I know from chatting with you, you started this journey at looking at what was the next stage of growth, and what was the best way to position EAF to serve its members. And you knew eventually, yes, you're going to have to retire, and you had the options. I know one thing that's important to you is, we want our members in Florida to recognize this was your planned, staged approach, and that, the association itself was going to survive after Rita. It was just, what would it look like and what would it be offering? Can you share just a little bit more detail, and then at this point, talk to your members, if you will, that you've worked with for 30 and 40 years, some of them that long, as to, what do you hope that they achieve in, 2 years' time when they look back? What do you hope their mindset is as to the decision you're making on behalf of really their association?
Well, we know, I believe certainly they're going to be very happy, and they're going to be better positioned as an organization to compete. We've always worked with our employers and our members. They're special to us. After decades, we've had many that have been with us a long time, that we've seen, that we've learned and have grown with. And we know that they trust us, and that's the key. They trust us.
Absolutely.
And so with that trust, we are going to ensure, and we have, in the future of EAF, the future programs that are going to be there for their needs, whatever those needs are. And I think you have the same philosophy. This is also a thing I've always said is, if we don't have it, we'll find it. We are experts at finding experts. And so we feel like we have aligned with experts, and we will meet their, whatever happens. We don't know what's coming. A lot of changes will come, particularly technology changes, but I know that in 2 years or 5 years, our members will still be with us, and they're going to be looking and saying, wow, we have all of these tools. They are right there. They're providing these resources, technology, wherever that goes, we're going to be there and provide those solutions to them. So that's what they're going to say. I believe in 2, 5, 10, maybe another 20 years, for 40 years, who knows? I know we're going to go on a long time.
Well, one of the things that our members have asked us, particularly our members in Florida who know you all as a team for many years, they wanted to know, hey, what does this merger mean? Can I still call and talk to Chris? Can I still call and talk to Tanya? Am I still going to have my hotline resources and my HR toolkits available to me? And what's your answer in that space? I know we've worked really hard to do some things, but talk to them about the things that you expect that they'll still have.
Absolutely. They're definitely going to have, those hotlines. That was one of the key services way back in the beginning. We recognized that our members needed someone to call. Later on, it was a lot of emails, but they still call. We want to talk to our members. We want to know what's going on with our members. We're here for those simple solutions. We're here for those very complex HR employee relations issues that come up day to day.
Yeah.
We're still going to have surveys and trend surveys, compensation resources, which is so important to our members. We'll still have all of those resources. And you're still going to have our team here that you've relied on to call and speak with and interact with, engage with. And we're still going to do all those. There's just going to be more. We had training and development. There's going to be more. And I'm really excited about, I don't know if this is the place to mention, but we will be moving. We're going to have these beautiful state-of-the-art facilities. That was another thing. We were so pleased to align with AAIM because of your commitment to those physical resources and creating a training room, a state-of-the-art training room where we can simulcast, where we can have live online training, live remote training, and expand all of the courses that we have available now, but there are going to be a lot more options for training and development. So that was one of the keys. So those are the things we're doing now. And then the things that we are going to add are amazing. And you may want to speak to some of those, or I can speak to some of those.
Oh, sure. Let's see. Nick, can you queue up the service page just to give some examples to our new members in Florida listening, maybe for the first time. We welcome them to the program this week at work. We run the program every week at 8:30 Eastern time, your time there in Florida, 7:30 the time here in St. Louis, where we run the program live from. And when we look at this, there's, a great list of additional services that our members get for the same price they've been paying as a member. And this is, I think, an example of the benefits of the combined resources that all of our members across the association of AIM now will be able to benefit from. I'm just going to highlight a few things. I appreciate you sharing that, Nick. But when we talk about training, one of the things that is really taking off is our live online training. And that really came out of the post-pandemic or during the pandemic time. And it really catapulted us forward into a stage of technology. And we don't do live online training like a webinar, right? It's done with high-end technology, and it's done with interaction. It's done with live instructors, and cameras are on, and people are talking and interacting and doing breakout rooms and whiteboarding. And it's done with technology in such a way that we can make the experience as live in person as possible while paying attention to all the important details of live online delivery. And that's really exciting. And we have opportunities. It's going to be a special offer. I'm not even going to offer what that is going to be yet, because I don't need the phone to ring tomorrow on this, because we're not ready with our programming code. But there's going to be some special offering to our new members in Florida to try that out free, and can't wait to share some of those offers with our members. Also, the other thing that I think our members in Florida are going to enjoy is our free applicant tracking system that comes complimentary when you engage in our background verification business. And our background verification business is something special to us because it's a way in which we help fund the association, not at the cost of our employers. Every employer, for the most part, 98% of them do background verifications. We ask them to do them with us. We're fully accredited service. Not many background verification companies are. We do them all across the country and around the world. We combine them with drug testing, and we integrate them with technologies such as our applicant tracking and our onboarding to make it convenient and easy for you. We ask all of our employers to partake in that. If you're paying for those services, we Can promise you we can do it for the same or better pricing. And most of the time it's for better pricing. And we have excellent turnaround time. I think our turnaround time over the last 6 months has been averaging like 1.2 days turnaround time for complete file physical searches. This isn't just a quick database search. This is complete files, physical searches, where we actually are really digging in, and you're getting the best quality background verification check you can possibly get. So those are just two fantastic services. When we talk about training, there's over 100 different training programs available to you, delivered in ways that you need it. If you need it live in person, live online, if you need it in hybrid delivery models, we will configure that program to meet your needs. Because again, our focus is your business and helping you be more effective at running your business. Rita, we also have something exciting to roll out, and that is, for us, it's exciting. For you, it's exciting, and it's a new logo. Let's go ahead and introduce this logo and tell us what some of the thinking was, Nick, when Feature Group helped us design this logo and bringing together these two long-standing historic organizations.
Well, why don't we take a look at what we started with? We have 125 years with AIM. That's kind of a recent one that we put together to celebrate 125 years. And, well, we talk about the history of EAF. As you said, Phil, it's not too shabby on its own right. So it was great for our organization to help put together a little blend of the two. And I think it's progressive. I think it's moving forward where we're trying to go and build the strength through collaboration of your expertise, and I love it.
Yes, that is exactly what I love about this too, is we took a little bit of both. And the A, we always loved our A, the movement, the flow of the A going
very unique
forward.
Yes.
And the arrow that you have, and the we're always going forward. And I like that. It feels like forward motion. And so I love it. I think it's a perfect blend of both organizations and our AIM.
Yeah, I agree. I really hope our members can appreciate the value of the history of, 40 years of EAF history and 125 years of AIM history. People often ask about our block there at the end of the AIM, and many people go, oh yeah, I see it's an arrow. And sometimes people, after you point it out, they see it, and it's, we're always aiming up. And that's what we like to say. We're aiming up, and your A fits that perfectly. We're happy to blend those together. That's our new AIM logo. It's exciting to me. It sets a new stage, a new day for our members across the Midwest and our members in Florida. It's going to give us more national reach for local employers, which is very important. And to all of our Florida members, I welcome you to the AIM family. I hope that you will feel right at home, as you should feel. And if you never do get that feeling, you may call me personally and let me know, because I would take that very sincerely. I have made a promise to Rita, and I'm going to share that with everyone, and that is, when Rita looks back in 2 years, she is going to be so proud of the decision that she made to trust our business, AIM, with her business, EAF. And that the combined two businesses are going to make her really proud when she looks back. And Rita, thank you for joining us. I look forward to working with you between now and when you do retire at the end of September. Until then, we got a lot of work, you and I, to do, and we're going to have some fun along the way. And welcome to the AIM family.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Phil. It's our pleasure. We're looking forward to it. And even at the cutoff date, I will be around. I told you I will continue to be around for you, our team. However I can support, I will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rita. And to all of you, we'll see you back here next week at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time. Don't miss the program. We'll see you then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you once again for tuning in to This Week at Work. If you enjoy the show, please share it with your colleagues. Forward our invites. Share the link, aimea.org/thisweekatwork, Or follow or subscribe wherever you get your news and entertainment, like LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere you are. And you can be part of the show. Send your questions and comments anytime to info@thisweek.work. We'll see you next week, 7:30 a.m. Central Time, when we discuss what's happening this week at work.